Coach this? Coach doesn't like this question at all.
Sorry, go ahead.
Most likely coach to be replaced is one of the questions.
That's not
Oh,
what
is that,
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
is that Nick? Nick brought that up in the meeting. Nick wants to go through all of them. The whole list.
I'm like, all right, I'll trust you. It's Robert Sala. Afternoon headlines sponsored by USPS. Get the ground advantage with reliable, affordable package shipping. Now you see him, now you don't. Now you see him on the practice squad. America's team cut all the quarterbacks not named Mac Jones yesterday. And then voila, Zappy's back on the practice squad along with Malik Cunningham. So this looks...
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on last time when they let both of them go.
So the question in the
It made me really question why they
freestyle
didn't
of
get
it,
Trey Lance.
was, quote, what's going on with New England? And you wanted me to ask Coach that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got confused.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask him that.
Okay.
I'm going to ask, would you like to apologize to me?
Why?
For a very serious reason.
Tell me.
The show is built on chemistry.
Uh-huh.
And every once in a while, you could say, Kevin, your take is really wrong. That's not how the salary cap works.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man, good thing I didn't say that on TV.
Yeah.
I would have looked like a fool.
Yeah.
And you kept on saying there's a quarterback controversy in New England. And I kept on saying, on the air and behind the scenes, don't say that.
Yeah.
It's bad for the show. It's bad for your career.
Yeah.
And you didn't
I mean, when the
believe
home
me.
crowd
So-
is
and
chanting
you
for the backup to come in.
almost tanked the show.
Okay.
And then Zappy got released, and there's never a quarterback controversy.
Yeah, well-
so I just want you to apologize and get the show back on track.
That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is, do you remember 6-7 years ago when they brought in Jimmy Garoppolo to replace Tom Brady? And then in order to make sure that didn't happen, they had to get him out of the building.
Oh,
maybe that's what. I can't even say Mac Jones won the job. He's the only quarterback on the roster. He's the starter by
I can't
default.
believe you're comparing Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones.
Listen, it's just,
Garoppolo and
listen.
Tom Brady.
I'd inspire Brady to
I
win
don't
Super Bowl.
understand. I will be honest here. Wilds, it appears, at least for the time being, you were correct.
Thank you.
Also, and I never say this, and this is where I do want to ask Coach, I don't understand this. I don't understand the Patriots. It's not about Mac versus Zappy. It's that every team has to have a backup quarterback. They are going to have a...
They brought him back.
They brought him back to the practice squad.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have to have a backup quarterback on your active roster. So what are they doing? What is the purpose of this? Because in order to put Mac
it just makes no
Bailey
sense.
Zappi or Malik Cunningham on your active roster, you're going to have to cut somebody anyway. So I don't understand why the Patriots are the first team in my lifetime to have the initial 53-man roster cut and have one quarterback on it. That part I flatly, you were right, Wilds, in all
We
seriousness.
did do it a few years ago with Brian Hoyer and Cam. They both got cut. Cam was
Yes,
we
but
didn't
you,
sign Cam, but then Hoyer went to practice, and all of a sudden he's back on the squad.
Well, look, when you're making these cuts, you're trying to evaluate who has the best potential to be picked up by another team. And as you go through it, and New England obviously has an issue.
They probably felt safe
offensive
that they
line.
could let
had to trade
Bailey
for a
go
couple of
and
guys.
nobody really
They
took him
don't
up.
know where that's going to fall based off of an injury, who's going to put.
Especially after
all
Trey
the
Lance
different
just went for a
variables,
fourth-round
trying to
pick.
figure that out. So they couldn't lose any of those offensive linemen. So as you're evaluating the guys that have the best chance to get through the waiver wire, they looked at those two quarterbacks and felt like at least one was going to get through, and arguably both would, and they were right. Both would get through. So now you have all this time to continue to look at this offensive line group, figure it out, look at the rest of the guys that you had to protect because you felt like they were going to get claimed by somebody else. And then when you get close to the game, you bump up one of those guys, and someone else could go on IR. A lot of
is
things
it
can
not a
happen
big
over 10
risk
days.
that a fourth-round pick quarterback in Zappy, who I thought in the games last year played well,
right.
are you not running a big risk that somebody's just going to claim him?
You're running a risk whenever you put a guy on the wire, but you try to make it a calculated risk. And when there's so many guys hitting the wire at the same time, and every team's in love with the guys that they have, you've got 90 guys in your roster. You only get to keep 53. There's a bunch that you want to get through waivers as well, and you're looking at the rest of the league. So this like huge wave of players become available.
Yeah, and it's like if
So
you're
you
another
have
team
a
and you're
good
looking at,
chance to get your guy through.
it's
unless
hard to look at
someone
a
is
guy on the
absolutely in love
waivers
with the player that
because
you
they
cut.
were just released
That
as
makes
well.
sense.
Yeah.
And you know what they're writing in Boston? It's Mac's team. So take a bow, my friend.
thank you.
You got about how many days we got left to the start of the season? This is your time to shine because once it starts,
I mean, they
be
could have
bad.
gone and gotten another quarterback too,
I thought they might go get Colt McCoy.
or Carson Wentz, or
Hey, let's go to break.
Wentz, why not Wentz? Why not
Wentz
Wentz?
has
I
better
would bring in
statistics than a lot of guys.
We
who
will
are
not
on
have
the-
any Max
on the
Linder.
street right
And
now.
you said I had the trumpeters for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, your guy. Look at that. Look at Coach. Caping for
I'll
Carson
tell you,
Wentz.
when we're evaluating the New England situation, you can go get a guy like Carson Wentz who can get you through
Why
games. if you
not?
need
With this
to.
Carson
Why
Wentz
not?
stuff. No, we've got 3 quarterbacks. We don't need Carson Wentz and his bad vibes.
He's
Talk
got
about bad
better
vibes.
numbers than Sam Darnold when you look at
Guys,
the numbers.
we got to go to
It's
break. We
significantly
got to go to
better.
Put
break.
him in a good
Coming up next, prediction weeks continues. Talking Brock Purdy.
Carson Wentz is a
and
backup,
the
huh?
NFC West next. Holy cow. Carson
I like
Wentz,
it.
We went off the
I mean, through
deep end
27
there.
touchdowns,
Makes
depending